Lots of things have changed in the last few months, and since I've documented most of my working life in these videos, it seems only fair that I would update you when things get turned upside down. Because over the years on this channel, I've spent plenty of time talking about two things. Firstly, my ever-changing ambitions with filmmaking. I want to make narrative films. And secondly, the emotional rollercoaster that is creativity. Because when you say in your head, that was a failure, you are a failure, that was so, like, when you have that disappointment of thinking that you can make something good and then it goes wrong, then it really can, like, knock your confidence. Now, I realised that a shift had happened the other week while I was finishing the edit of one documentary at the same time as shooting another and planning a third one. It was probably the busiest and most productive 5 days I've ever experienced. I was meeting new people every day and getting swept up in the urgency of trying to avoid missing any key moments in the story. I hardly slept that week, but I loved every second of it. Whereas for me at least, narrative filmmaking can be very rewarding, but even making simple short films is usually a pretty grueling process. Making these little documentaries has been just as challenging because they still take over my life, and they still require all of my problem solving and communication skills. They still require all of my creativity to ask the right questions and to find the story. But the tougher things get, the more I've been energized rather than drained. I'm hungry to make more rather than feeling like I need a break. Looking back, I've kind of been heading towards making docs without realizing it. Great documentaries like Searching for Sugar Man, 13th, Making a Murderer, Last Chance U, Man and Wire are just some of my favourites that I came across organically. And last year, I put a lot of energy into a mini doc about my musician friend. The year before, I even made a quick and dirty documentary about someone else making a documentary. And so today, I've just finished the first mini doc. I'm very almost ready to release the second one, and we're still filming the third. Maybe documentaries are going to be my new ambition. But anyway, this is enough self-indulgence. I want to tell you about this first story. It's all about some of my family in Texas, but the whole thing was made completely remotely at the height of lockdown. And so I'd like to show you a little preview.
If people saw Mom and Pop, they would think it's old people. Okay? And then we weren't old people. We are now.
Yeah, it was Mom and Pop production, kick-ass karaoke.
Yeah.
That was our name.
Many years ago, we were sitting up at this little club bar, and every time I'd set the songbooks out, I'd go past this guy, and he would start growling at me, going, "Don't put a book down here, because you're not going to get me singing. I ain't going to do it." And I would have to explain to him, "I know, Leon, please just quit fussing at me and let me do what I do." And this went on for 6 months to a year. Finally, one night I'm working away, and I look up, and he's handing me a slip. And lo and behold, his name was on the slip. He said, "Well, don't get excited and don't think it's ever going to happen again. I lost a bet, and I'm a man of my words. I'm going to get up here one time and do this." He gets up and he sings. And I call the next person up, and we're going along, and I feel this tug on my shoulder. And I turn around and look, and it's Leon. He said, "Can I do another one?"
So please do click here if you'd like to watch the new mini doc. And I thought it might be a nice way to end this video, the nostalgia and everything, with my old intro.